Greetings to you all, and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa. We have mysteries to answer that I'm pretty sure we've already answered. But nevertheless, let's be shocked.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
If you're going to bring up Leon's passbook, you're very much mistaken, my good man.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
I like the way the whole group is just instantly dismissive of this guy, whose name I still don't know. But alright, I'll play along and pretend to be dumb. Yeah, she got in through the carpet. That makes sense to me.
Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
You're a moron, Taka. Wait, that makes some kind of sense.
Sure, that would have been no problem for her. No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Not the thing.
Huh? What then?
Don't tell him.
I'm talking about Leon's handbook. No, it's wrong.
I love it when we're trying to solve a mystery and people are still throwing word games around. You could have used that thing, you know, that thing from the place. With the thing, you could get into the other place.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
This guy's easy to convince. Make a note of that. Same.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Why are we nailing people's noggins?
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
It's not a bad suggestion, to be honest, Taka.
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
How dare you? Do you have any idea what you're saying right now?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Isn't it preempted to we start throwing out the votes? So, I'm a little thrown off here because I still think it's Byakuya. But why am I even continuing this debate? I may as well just let everyone vote in that case. And if it's not Byakuya, why isn't he defending himself a bit? He seems to just be accepting that all the blame lay on him, and he's just shrugging.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
If you know the answer, speak up sooner.
You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What's that face?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
I'm not sure that's allowable within the rules.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
You see?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
The mastermind's a goddamn idiot.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us?
Why don't we just play Monokuma instead of playing against each other?
Very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
The girls' locker room?
So, I mean, I have a potential solution to this problem I have, but I don't think it's YouTube friendly.
You've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Seems you and I are of the same mind.
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
I shall start with underneath the skirt.
Examine her carefully.
Yamada should be pretty good at this, actually.
Using our hands?
Yes, exactly, Yamada. Get in there.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
What kind of sexism is this? Kyoko's already been all over this dead body.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
In fact, yeah, why don't we just let Jill do it? I'm sure she'd enjoy it.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Be sure
Prayer
to
isn't
check
going to
the
help at this
entire
point in
body,
time.
And I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Yes, the entire body.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but...
Yes, the entire body.
What?
Get groping.
This is... What is this...
Obviously found something rather sharp
What
in
is
there.
Not possible. It's not possible. This girl is
Is what?
a boy.
Shock!
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Hey, Yamada, you sound like a detective. You're taking this very calmly. There's the Yamada I know and love.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Damn it, we shouldn't have let Sakura have a go. I need one of the boys to check the rest of the body now.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
You could have just told us without bringing us up here, Kyoko. We didn't need to make someone, you know, explore. It's kind of sick when you think about it. If you just said, by the way, Chihiro's actually a boy, isn't that right, Monokuma? And Monokuma would have gone, yep, that's right. We could have just stayed in the trial room. Now you're making my legs ache for no reason.
Wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Honestly, all this wasted time.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
It's alright, Monokuma, it's not your fault, it's Kyoko's.
Learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
That's not strictly true, but alright.
Because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
I don't think the handbook would lie.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion.
Exactly.
The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
All of these revelations do nothing to finding out who the killer is.
I still don't understand
Except the
motive
killer's
for
now a boy.
moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Actually, yes, the killer must be a boy, because the only male handbook that's available doesn't work. So whilst anyone can get into the female locker room, only boys can get into the boys' locker room. And if we presume that Chihiro was inside the locker room at the time of death, then another boy must have walked into the room to commit the murder. But I mean, it's still looking pretty bad for Byakuya unless he wants to reveal he's actually a girl.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Was it his Adam's apple?
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Right, now let's execute this rich guy.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Exactly.
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I...
Why have doubt? Look, if Byakuya found the body and decided to dress it up like Genocide Jack, he would be throwing us all off the scent of the actual killer, condemning us all. The only reason he would do this is if he's the killer.
I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Why? What is this, intuition? I don't rely on this.
But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
Yamada, take over.
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
This doesn't make any sense.
And you think that
If we
might
get it
be
wrong,
because
he's dead. Why doesn't he
doesn't
even
have anything
care?
to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder.
Maybe he's just an idiot.
That's how I see it.
Leon didn't notice his name was written on the wall. Wouldn't be the first time.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but...
It bothers me a damn sight more than it bothers you, let me assure you.
I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
I think we should execute this guy anyway.
Mark it as correct?
I don't like his attitude.
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Why the hell would you do that?
Are you fucking with us right now?
Exactly.
No, I am not effing with you right now.
You can swear, man, it's alright.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
Are you trying to get us all killed? Minus one person.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
Is there anyone in this circle who isn't completely messed up?
Now then, if it wasn't me...
Except for me, I'm average. So I'm kind of messed up, a little bit, but not like you guys.
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
Okay, you're looking very suspicious.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
Anyone who says, let's vote guys, it's clearly such and such,
Because if we're wrong,
that's my prime
we
suspect.
all die
I don't care if there's no evidence connecting you to this case.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Damn it. He just cleared his name.
Do you not have a mind
He's a
of your
tricky
own?
one.
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Ants have minds. They just choose to work for the benefit of the colony.
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Okay, I feel like step one is everyone should reveal their gender. Not in an X-rated way, as in a wave their handbook around kind of way. I don't want any more trickery. The killer's definitely a guy.
I got it!
We came to this conclusion before. Okay, we narrowed it down. It could be me. Let's not focus on that too much. Are we just going to assume it's not Byakuya because he said it's not him? Out of these things, Celeste's account hasn't come up yet.
Single clue that might lead us to who did it.
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point.
Yes.
Even that might be enough for you.
Okay, good. I've loaded the right bullet.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
And that's what I'm
It's
shooting.
over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only then, it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in.
Okay, maybe I'm shooting that.
Game over, man.
Game No! Not game over! Isn't there a single clue? Well, did nobody get it? I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw
the victim at some point.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over.
I feel like I could shoot the new info, or I could shoot this that's coming up here.
You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the...
No, it's wrong.
I wonder how all of my classmates feel about me. Every time they start discussing things, I sit there in complete silence until I shout out,
What do you
"No, that's
think,
wrong."
Celeste?
To be fair, it's more than Kyoko says.
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Indeed. I'm glad you noticed.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
Track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
Indeed. Suspicious
Seems
stuff.
likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
That evidence wouldn't incriminate them in any way, unless it was covered in blood.
And that is when
No,
I
wait,
said
even then.
something that struck me as rather
No, because it would only be covered in Chihiro's blood. It wouldn't prove anything.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
He was in a hurry to get some good gains going.
Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
That is a terrible plan. Why would you meet someone in secret in this situation?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
I can't imagine who this would be. Who would be friends with... I mean, maybe Taka. I guess you trust Taka. He's got that leadership quality.
Whoever we met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have
Honestly, I'm the most
connection.
suspicious, I'd say, right now, but fortunately no one suspects me, so that's pretty good.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Oh, fantastic. Let's execute them then. I feel like you also know who the killer is. You could tell us, and maybe explain how you know, and then we can execute them, and then we don't die.
Seriously?
Quiet, Taka, I'm suspicious.
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Quiet, Mondo, I'm suspicious.
The track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of.
Will do.
Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Someone who...
Are you sure?
No, I got nothing.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
We're trusting Celeste's account quite a lot here.
You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Yamada, shut up, I'm
Even if we
suspicious.
had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Yes, let's blindly guess.
Easy for
I'm with you.
to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from.
I mean, the tracksuit was blue, so could mean male.
Might be some connection between the culprit and
It's a bit tenuous and doesn't actually progress us anywhere.
Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket you took.
I have to think Kyoko knows the answer at this point. Because you wouldn't say, let's think about the jacket, and then it just turns out, oh no, wait, the jacket doesn't matter in the slightest. Because there's a very high chance it doesn't matter in the slightest. Unless you know it matters. That doesn't appear to be a very useful
First of all,
load of
we
bullets.
know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
That's fine.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
You have
What
to
do you
choose.
mean, the specific
You have to choose a
tracksuit?
tracksuit.
I got it! We picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Maybe.
So, what you're saying is...
They don't need to
Killer was
match.
wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit.
I can believe that, Yamada.
Exercising sucks.
Yamada is cleared of all suspicion.
I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Okay. I didn't know. I didn't actually pick up anything. Let me listen again.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
It's obviously a male that committed the murder. One of the boys.
So next we have to ask,
So I'm obviously challenging one of the boys.
why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
And this can't be challenged.
So, what you're saying is... The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
No. So obviously it's either Mondo or guy whose name I don't know. I can't remember. Did Celeste reveal that the tracksuit was blue? Did she say duffel bag and tracksuit, or duffel bag and blue tracksuit? I'm not sure. Because if she never mentioned the colour, Mondo knew it was blue. Let me listen again, see if anyone mentions blue before Mondo does.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Okay, it's Mondo.
I don't even have
Yeah,
a
they're
tracksuit.
Kyoko is deliberately playing word games. She always refers to it as specific tracksuit without saying the colour.
I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
So the colour of the tracksuit was never stated, but Mondo knows it. So it was Mondo.
No way. Not a chance.
Oh, Mondo. I had such high hopes for you. I thought I could trust you.
First of all, we know where Chihiro
I guess I'm
was
shooting
headed.
it with Celeste's
He
account.
was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask,
Why did he choose?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit. It matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as...
How the hell do you know that? That was a good puzzle. I like that one.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
It's hard to make that connection because I know it's blue because I've seen Celeste's memory. Yeah, don't worry about that. But because I know it's blue, it's hard to think who here shouldn't know it's blue.
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
We gotcha. Yeah, a jacket, and then it was called specific jacket from then onwards. Yeah.
she never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Kill this man!
Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Well, because I just...
I'm sure you saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Oh, you're defending him because he's your bro. Taka, you've been taken in.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was
You gotta put that tongue
is if
away.
he got Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Chihiro's name is not Cherry.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Your tongue can curl as well. What is going on with the muscles in that
Just
thing?
by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
I believe him
He
wholeheartedly.
walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony, when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
That's right, because the tracksuit was collected from the warehouse. You would have had to have been in the warehouse.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
Now we understand.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
He's beside you. You're pointing in the wrong direction.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him. I'm selecting it, I don't care.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
Wait, is that the right
You
answer?
only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick.
Right.
And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Notice such a tiny detail?
I did notice that, but I actually just gave Mondo the benefit that he calls everyone dude.
Are you a witch? She's a witch!
I thought it sounded odd at the time, but I didn't raise the issue.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
Mondo must have been pretty surprised when he heard, "Hey Mondo, can you and Sakura guard the crime scene?" And he walks in and she's there in a crucifixion pose. And he knows full well he killed her and didn't do that. Weird day for Mondo.
I didn't kill anyone!
Good comeback.
You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
The murder you committed. Also the biker gang you operate.
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
Just because your sauna bro's getting it.
My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Shaky's good enough for me. Let's kill him.
This does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
We don't need any more leads. Kill him.
My time has nearly come.
Shut up, Yamada.
My little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
I completely ignored that. Because I remove anything you ever say from my mind.
Actually, no. Now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
I don't need calm. I need blinding passion.
Just get up and walk away. It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... Here it is.
Good heavens.
What do you
I
have?
don't even know what that is. Is that as an e-handbook?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Fantastic. Still on cleaning duty, I see. It's fine. Give it back. It must be Chihiro's, right? Or Mondo's? I mean, that would be kind of damning. We never found Chihiro's among his things.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing
Yeah.
from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed.
Don't act cocky, Yamada.
I was totally sure I'd found it.
You weren't even sure this was relevant.
Must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
Why would there be evidence on the handbook?
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
Nah.
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
I mean, my assumption is you smash it with the dumbbell, but I think it would show signs of wear if you did that. I was told that it couldn't be hacked already. Even though Chihiro is... Oh, but you see, Chihiro is the hacker. So that makes most sense that Chihiro would have hacked his own handbook in his own time. I'll go with it. No, not physically hack into it. I don't mean take a knife to it.
Shoot.
I mean, do you mean... I meant digitally hack, alright? Does this represent a digital hacking?
Shoot.
Shoot. What should I guess this time, guys?
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
I had genuinely forgotten about this.
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
He's not going to tell you, because then we could all break our handbooks.
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
No, Monokuma's sad now.
Tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
That's a good point, actually.
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is...
I'm going with magnets.
when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
I flippin' knew it!
Watch your language, Yamada.
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
Thanks for the
If
science
the
lesson
hot
mid-trial.
air of the sauna were somehow
Didn't know that.
pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Thanks for the tip. I'll bear that in mind.
I learned one new fact today.
Same, Taka, same.
Is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna,
I find it hard to believe Yamada went in the sauna.
then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
Mondo, aka Taka's sauna bro.
How'd they find out?
He started looking good for you.
Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
And Mondo kept his clothes on the whole time,
A
unlike
mystery.
Taka. Mondo.
What if they found out by accident?
Mondo.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why.